Good morning guys, it's Chelsea. I wanted to do a video for you guys today cooking in the Instant Pot. So you know that I absolutely love cooking with my Instant Pot. If you're not familiar with the Instant Pot, it is a pressure cooker. It also has saute features, yogurt settings. It allows you to slow cook if that's what you'd rather do. It has a rice cooker. It basically will do almost anything you need to do in the kitchen. So today I'm going to share a recipe with you from my friend's cookbook. So my friend Jill has a cookbook that came out a few years ago called The New Fast Food, and it's all about cooking wholesome vegan meals in the Instant Pot and pressure cookers. So it has directions for stovetop pressure cookers as well as ones that are easily adaptable for the Instant Pot. So I absolutely love Jill's cookbook. I've made almost all the recipes in it, and Jill and I correspond a lot, so we were talking about what we should do, and we were like, maybe I should make some videos for some of her recipes. So Jill's been incredibly gracious to allow me to share a few recipes for you. So over the next couple weeks you'll be seeing some videos on the Instant Pot and the recipes from Jill's cookbook. So I will link below a blog post that has all the details about this recipe, as well as a link where you can buy Jill's ebook. So Jill's book comes in an ebook as well as a paper format. I personally love the ebook format, that's what I have. Mainly because as soon as I saw her cookbook, I wanted it automatically, so I bought the ebook so I could download it right away. But I also love it because it allows me to have a PDF copy on my work computer and my home computer. So if I'm at work and I'm like, I want to make that recipe of Jill's, but I can't remember what I need from the store, I can pull up the recipe, jot down my grocery list, and then when I come home, I have the copy here at home, and then I also have printed a copy for myself as well. Sometimes I have the whole printed copy, and then occasionally I'll just print off a single recipe as well. It's a really simple format. I love the search feature in the PDF document. It just makes it really easy to find exactly what I want. So I highly recommend Jill's cookbook. Today we're going to cook a recipe from it, and like I said, all the details will be down in the description box. So today we're going to do Jill's garlicky parsley mashed potatoes. So my husband and I are both big fans of mashed potatoes, but he is definitely the one, when he saw that I was going to make this recipe, he saw it laying out the other night, he was like, I'm excited because I love mashed potatoes. So I'm really excited to share this one with you. It is so easy, so fast, and just such a great way to get a nutritious meal on the table in no time at all. So we're going to make the mashed potatoes. Obviously I've prepped all my ingredients to begin with, and it doesn't even take very many ingredients, and that's something that I absolutely love about this recipe and all of Jill's recipes. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get started. Alright, so we're starting out here. Our Instant Pot is plugged in, but it is not on, so it has our off here. And we're going to go ahead and open up the lid. It's going to play us a little song. We have nothing in the Instant Pot right now, but what we're going to be adding to it is our potatoes, which this is about 4 medium potatoes, and they're just cut into sort of even sizes. And then we have a bunch of minced garlic here. You can cut the garlic in whatever size chunks you'd like. I like to have garlic infused all throughout, so I kind of mince them up. And then we have 1 cup of vegetable broth. So we're going to put all of that into the Instant Pot. Alright, so first we're going to put in the potatoes. And if you are someone who really likes your potatoes peeled, you could have peeled them. I personally like the peeling, so I left it on there. Get all those potatoes in there. And next I'm going to, that one is a little big, I'm going to cut that one in half. Alright, so then I'm going to add my 1 cup of vegetable broth, and I'm going to add my garlic. I love garlic. Garlic is awesome. Now I'm going to stir it up just to make sure that everything kind of gets even in here. And we're going to get some good mashed potatoes. Okay, so now I'm going to close the lid, and I'm going to set it up to cook. Alright, so we're ready to cook the potatoes. Everything's in there, it's ready to go. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our valve to sealed. That's going to, once it starts coming to pressure, that's going to allow the sealing valve to seal and allow these potatoes to cook at pressure. Next we're going to turn it on. So we're going to click, we have it plugged in, we're going to click manual, and we're going to hold the minus button until we get down to 4. So that's going to allow it to come to pressure for 4 minutes. And then we don't have to click anything else, it's just going to automatically start. It's going to switch over to on, which is what it's going to show while it comes to pressure. Once the pressure valve seals, then it's going to count down from on, it's going to change to 4, and it'll count down to the end of 4 minutes. And then I'll show you what we're going to do. While you're waiting on the Instant Pot to come to pressure and cook the potatoes, it's a really good idea, like I've always said, to get all your ingredients ready. So I get the ingredients that will be going in at the end ready while it's coming to pressure. So I've chopped up some parsley. I like to add black pepper to my potatoes as well, so I've got some of that out. I've got some salt out. I'm going to add both of these to taste once I get them mashed up. And then I gone ahead and grabbed out the soy milk just in case I need to add a little bit to help with the creaminess of the potatoes. So that's all ready. My Instant Pot is still coming up to pressure. The pressure valve has not come up yet, especially since we didn't have, we didn't use the saute feature or anything in the beginning of this recipe. It's going to take it a little bit longer than if you've tried a recipe before where you did use the saute feature, just because everything in there is cold and it's a lot of volume in there. So it'll come to pressure like I said, and then we'll be back. I just wanted to show you that it just switched from on to counting down the 4 minutes, and that's because our pressure valve is sealed. It takes about probably like a minute or two after it comes up sealed for it to switch over to the countdown. But I just wanted you to know that that's what happens. You don't have to be here when that happens. There's nothing you have to do. I just wanted to show you that that's what happens. It goes to on for a while as pressure comes up, and the pressure valve will seal. And then about a minute or two later, it'll start counting down. So now it's going to count down for the next 4 minutes. So as you can hear by the beeping noise, the Instant Pot just finished that 4-minute cycle. So this recipe actually calls us to quick release the pressure. So that's something that's a little bit different. So what we're going to do, you see how my pressure valve is up and it's obviously very hot. I'm going to actually manually move this valve to the vented position. When I do that, it's going to release all of the pressure out of the Instant Pot and allow me to go ahead and open it. It's going to stop the cooking, and it's going to just let all the pressure out. So it's going to be loud. You can also go ahead and click your cancel button here, just to stop the keep warm cycle. I decided to spare your ears just a little bit while that pressure was releasing. So I kind of stopped the timing just a little bit, just so you didn't have to hear the entire time, but it was releasing pressure. As you can hear, it still is, but it's definitely reducing in noise and volume of pressure that it's releasing, so that means it's almost done. When it finishes, you'll see that's what happens. The pressure valve releases down, and it's now safe to open the Instant Pot. So sometimes when you first release pressure, you kind of have to wiggle the lid a little bit to get it open. We'll see. Oh, that opened nicely. And there are potatoes. They smell garlicky and delicious, and they look all done perfectly. So we're going to add our add-ins and mash these guys up. So I have my potato masher. When I'm doing something like this, especially like if it's something I've got to stir a lot or I'm going to be moving around in the Instant Pot a lot, I like to take a nice thick towel and hold it on the edge of the pot, because the pot will spin in here, and this just helps me get more leverage. You do want to use a towel though, because it is hot. So this is my preferred method for mashing potatoes. So I'm going to mash them with my potato masher. I like to leave a few little lumps in there. You can mash them however you'd like. If you usually use a mixer, or if you like lumpy or smooth or whatever it is that you like, mash them all up. As you're looking at the consistency, if you feel like it needs more liquid, you can always add some soy milk or almond milk or whatever kind of milk you like to use in your house. I'm thinking that the consistency looks pretty good, but we'll stir them up in just a second, just to make sure. So I am going to go ahead and add in my parsley here. And I'm going to put in some black pepper, which I pre-ground for you there. I just like pepper. The recipe doesn't call for it, but you're welcome to add it. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. And I'm going to stir these around. See how they're looking. They smell lovely. I love parsley and garlic together. And I have cooked potatoes so many times in the Instant Pot, and I will tell you the consistency is perfect every single time. There's actually a baked potato soup recipe on my blog. I also have a tutorial on how to just make, cook your potatoes in the Instant Pot. And every time I am so impressed with the fact that they are all the way done. Every single potato is just like perfect. I actually did, at one point I had a potluck and I had to bring a bunch of potatoes, and I actually cooked 5 pounds in here. It was all the way full, and every potato was perfectly cooked. In fact, people kept asking me the whole meal. They kept saying, how do you cook your potatoes? I never get my potatoes that perfectly done all the way through. So, these mashed potatoes are looking delicious. So now, these are the perfect side item. They are table ready. They are steaming hot. The nice thing is I could close the lid if I needed to use the keep warm setting to keep these mashed potatoes warm for a little bit longer if I wasn't ready for dinner. And they're just absolutely perfect. And so, people say it takes a long time to cook real food, but those potatoes took no more than 10 minutes total. So those are the potatoes. They're absolutely wonderful. As usual, there'll be a link below to my blog where you can find this recipe. There'll also be a link for Jill's ebook if that's something you'd like to purchase. I highly recommend it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them here in the video or on my blog. And if you like these videos or you've got suggestions for more for us to do, please let us know. Thanks!